Hey guys, Happy New Year. Yesterday was my first day back at work. Took a little time off through the holidays just to spend time with family. And when I got back to the office, I was reminded by one of the nurses that I worked with that a dog that I had rescued about a year ago uh, by the name of Taz, of all things, had found his rightful owner. Now, the story goes like this. I was coming to work one day, and this miniature Australian Shepherd was just walking right dead center of the road. So I stopped in the road. There was no traffic coming, and checked to see if he had a collar. He didn't have a collar. So I picked him up, put him in my car, and took him to the office with me. When I got to the office, the staff there was busy calling, trying to find out if anybody in the neighborhood had been missing a dog, and because I mean this is obviously a very expensive dog, so nobody claimed him, and so one of the nurses that works at the office, she decided to take him home and adopt him. I'd already had two adopted dogs from previous abandonments, so we were kind of full at our house. And she decided to take him home. She named him Taz, short for Tasmanian Devil, because he was just full of energy. Not that he was a bad dog; he was actually a really good dog. But anyway, really cool story is that she keeps this dog for about a year. And in the course of that year, he just becomes part of their family. And her grandkids love him. She loves him. Her husband loves him. And they become really attached to this dog. And then one day, the dog is out on the runner in their side yard. And a neighbor was driving by and notices this dog and calls her and says, "Hey, Tina, we had a dog like that 2.5 years ago that came up missing, and we were wondering where you got that dog because I would like to get my daughter one like that for Christmas." So they were just looking for a breeder. They weren't accusing her of anything. And anyway, the more she got to looking at this dog and the pictures that this lady had sent her, the more she realized that the dog had the same markings. So she said, "What was your dog's name that you had before he disappeared?" And she said, "LeRoy." So she said, "Hold on just a minute." So she put the phone down, and LeRoy, or Taz, is asleep in the other room, and she whispers real softly, "LeRoy." And that dog is so excited. He comes running in there, jumps up on her bed, and is just all in her face and just like, "Oh my gosh, you finally got my name right." And they realized at that moment that this dog actually belonged to that lady, and he had been missing for 2.5 years, and she had had him for a year. And at that point, they arranged. It was like 10:45 at night, and they arranged at that time just to reunite owner with dog. Anyway, when I got to the office yesterday, there was a full page write up in our and one of the local newspapers about this story. And I was reminded that LeRoy has a lot in common with us in that he was persistent. He never gave up. And in this new year, I would encourage you to never give up. If you have a goal, if you feel like you've lost your way, trust me, you have not lost your way. There's no such thing. There's only a journey. And LeRoy was on a journey. He even got named something totally different. And that's the exciting part, is that even though he was named something totally different, he was loved in the process. He was taken in, he was nurtured. He learned a lot of new things and was given a lot of new gifts. And in life and business, no matter where you are, no matter how lost you might feel, you might just be like LeRoy. I think we all have a little bit of LeRoy in us, in that we'll find our way back home. So I hope you find this message encouraging. I found it very encouraging that LeRoy found his way back home over the Christmas holidays. And in fact, the headline on that one-page write-up in the family section of the newspaper was LeRoy finds his way home for Christmas. So I know it's a little after Christmas. I don't mean to beat a dead horse to death, but I just thought that message had something really special for all of us in this new year, and I hope you find it encouraging, and I hope you guys have a bang-up week. So off to the races, and we'll see you on the victory side of success. Thanks, guys.